Okay, so 6 months ago, I started making a bunch of videos, and I was challenging a bunch of people in the trades, basically, to start using their brains and stop pushing scams on people and that kind of thing. You know, fake things that they do that self-sabotage their equipment and so forth, so that you have to call them back to do more repairs. I was calling that shit out. Okay. Now, a bunch of them don't like it. They flog the crap out of me. But one of the things that happens, and just like all those idiots that you see in all the videos where somebody's talking at a college and they start throwing out the shitty little things, they did the same thing to me. They start throwing out the non-arguments and they drive to insults and everything else. Well, one of the funny parts is that I was already, as you can see, I'm a big guy. I was already working on that. Okay. And somebody was calling me stupid, so forth. And I said, well, you know what? Here's the problem. Or they were calling me fat. And I was like, okay, well, I may be fat, but I can fix fat. You're stupid and you can't fix stupid. Thought it was hilarious. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to just do a follow-up on the fact that I was telling people that, yeah, I was losing weight. Because I had lost quite a few pounds at the time. Started end of December. It's now almost June, 6 months. Been working at it for a while. I'll do the show. Basically, I'm not going to quite say it. I'll say that I was pushing the 3. Yeah, I was over 3. And hey, I'm working out. I don't have to admit it. Okay. Now, yeah, I was heavy. Here's an example of what's going on. I bought these shorts last summer. I'm not going to be a pervert, but I am going to loosen the belt. There goes the belt. Guess what? I was wearing these last summer, and that's before I finished gaining all the weight from Christmas and Thanksgiving. This is where they are now. I'm still heavy. You can see I got pooch. I'm still going, and I'm going to have a ways to go. But after 6 months, that match off my waist, dang, these things were tight. And I stopped wearing them last summer. Well, here you go. That's how much I lost in 6 months. I lost about 45 pounds right now. I'm really pushing another 5. I swear that thing, it's a pain. So if you're watching this and you've seen the title and you know that I lost weight and you want a magic pill on what I did to lose all that weight, because I did. I lost a lot of weight pretty quick. There's no magic pill. But I did do some things that may not be something that everybody knows about. And this was my little method of doing it. So if you want to know what my method was, I'm going to let you know. And that's what this is all about. The simple fact of the matter is that the key to it was this. You need to start moving around more. You need to get my butt moving, which is really difficult because, especially at my age, but not just because of that, but because I'm a vet and, yeah, I'm disabled. It's exceptionally painful to move around. So just exercising is huge painful. When I was younger, used to use an elliptical, and after a while, you know, and I was benching and doing all kinds of stuff and could stay fit, and just, it gets you and you can't. So you need to exercise and you have to be on a calorie deficit. That's it. That's the secret to losing weight. Anybody who wants to tell you you can do these things, yeah, there's things you can do that can help that process. But the key is calorie deficit. You got to burn more calories than you consume. It's just like money and budget. You know, go talk to the government, all them. They don't understand. That's why there's fat cats. Yeah, it's because they don't understand. You've got to burn more than you bring in order to lose weight. Well, they don't do it the opposite way. They do it this way. That's what you have to do. Now, that said, I did want a little help here and there, and I did it. One of the things I did is I replaced lunch. I was big on I didn't eat throughout the day. I drank coffee. First thing in the morning, drink coffee, keep myself from eating all day long, and then somewhere around 2, 3 o'clock, I'd start eating. And I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop eating, and I would just eat the rest of the day, and I didn't count calories, and I just, yeah. So to do this, you got to get yourself on a schedule. You got to, you know, it's call it David, what was his, Peterson, whatever his name is, you know, clean your room, 12 steps, whatever the heck that guy is. You have to have yourself on a routine. You have to sit there and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You have to have a plan and follow it. My plan, I'm going to eat a lunch, but my lunch is going to be a very specific lunch, and I'm going to eat a dinner, and I'm going to try to keep that under control. And that was the deal. I was hoping to keep it somewhere between 2,000 and 1,500 calories because I was going to add exercise to my little regime. My wife, my kid, my brother, everybody got fitness watches. I hate these things. I really do. The only thing I do watch it for is for my heart rate to see what it's at. And that's actually been kind of interesting as far as my heart level goes. As far as what's happened over time. Because when I first started out, I was like 135, real easy to get to that peak heart rate. And now I'm going for an hour and it never goes over 109. So I guess my cardiovascular is doing really good. So the eating plan was to have a meal for lunch and to have a specific meal for lunch and have dinner. Have dinner with the family. That's open. Not going to control it, but just going to control what amounts I eat at dinner to keep myself somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 calories a day, hopefully, okay? And yeah, there's been a little bit of splurging on Friday pizza nights and things like that, and you try. You keep trying, you just keep going, you just keep going, you just keep going. It's kind of like sometimes the way they used to say, quit smoking. You want to sit there and say, okay, quit smoking. You quit. Oh, I broke down and I started up again. Okay, quit again. Keep going. You smoked. Okay, put it down. Walk away again. Just do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Keep going. Okay. There's one thing I can do. It's called determination and tenacity. Okay. Trust me. That's big in me. So yes, I'm one of those guys who will beat his head on the wall until he's insane and dead. Anyway, my plan for lunch and exercise was kind of combined. My exercise is 1 hour a day, not half an hour. I'm sure people can do half. You can criticize. You can say, okay, this is better. I'm doing an hour. I'm doing an hour, and I can't do crazy stuff that I used to do, whether it's elliptical or the rest of that. Even just standing up, doing elliptical, painful, okay? And even doing this, I'm riding a bike. I'm doing a recumbent bike in my living room. I've got the recumbent bike and I just pedal. My legs have been my asset physically my entire life. I could always run super fast, faster than most people, almost all people. Yes, I even raced. And the rest of that. But my legs, I can just go. If I can get them going, they just go. So what is that? That's just powerhouse burning calories. That's all it is, okay? And I looked at it and I said, okay, I'm not going to work my chest. I'm not going to sit here and try to do the whole everything else. Yes, that burns more calories doing all those things. But you know what? This works and that's going to burn, so I'm going to burn them. So for 1 hour a day, I get on the elliptical or I get on the recumbent bike. And yeah, I started off really, really low. I was at a resistance of 4. This thing's one of those Gold's Gym bikes I got a million years ago. The resistance of 4, and I was hurting. I got it to 5. Then I was at 6. Then I was at 7. Right now, I am pushing at 7 for 10 minutes just to get my body, okay, we're going to do a moving thing for a little under 10 minutes. And then I bump it to 8. At 8, I'm like, okay, now it's time to get the sweat coming out of me. Okay, 8 starts get going, and by 20 minutes, I have it at 9. By 30 minutes, I have it at 10, and I do the next 30 to 35 minutes at 10. Okay, that's my little pedal scheme. I know people say you need to be like mixing it up, and well, this works for me. Okay, and yeah, I'm starting to do a little bit more. I might start with just starting at 8 and then 9 and then 10. I might get to the point where I'm sitting there and trying to figure out how to go above 10 sometime in the future. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not there. I'll burn that bridge when I get there. Once I'm done doing that for an hour, I've burned a good 600, almost 700 calories. Okay? Doesn't sound like much, but it really does help. The other thing I do is I then have my shake. Okay? And this took a lot of research, and it turns out there's a lot of people who are in the exercise area and all the rest of these places, they know about it, but nobody seems to talk about it. They all talk about all tons and tons and tons of different supplements. I wasn't willing to do that. I was willing to pick up a couple. I was like, okay, I need a plan, because one of the big things is that when you start exercising to lose weight, you end up not losing any weight because you're building muscle, losing fat at the same time. Muscle weighs more than fat, so you can actually even gain weight before you start losing it, okay? And the key for me was, okay, I don't want to lose muscle during my weight loss process, because you can do that too, and that does actually happen. You start losing a lot of muscle and fat as you get smaller. Well, I didn't want to lose the muscle. I just wanted to concentrate my body on burning fat, and that's the key of what I did with supplements. I spent literally days, weeks going through all of the medical boards and all of the other stuff, and you can tell me, oh, you're not a genius. No, I'm not. That's why I go read that shit, okay? And nobody's going to say that this is like some scientific, this is not gold pill stuff. This is just stuff that helped, and in none of it loses weight. None of it causes you to lose weight. What it does is it works for your body to help you in other ways dealing with your body as you're trying to lose weight. And I'll explain. So for example, I would take the protein powder. I was using 1 scoop of protein powder. It's a 1/4 cup. That's basically serving size. It doesn't really matter what kind you get. Just get some. The kind I'm using is just straight protein powder. Has no flavors added to it or nothing. So it's only 100 calories for me. That's perfect, because again, I'm trying to keep the calories down. I'm trying to lose weight. So it's plain powder. It's also casein. So if you know anything about protein powders, there's whey, which is really easy to get and it's kind of cheap. There's the casein powder that helps with, it digests slower, so you stay full longer, type of thing. And I can't tell you that it does that, but that's, if it does, that's why I'm buying it. And pay a little bit more for that, but what the heck? It's only a couple of bucks for over a month's worth of powder, okay? For the price difference. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I'm using casein protein powder. It's about 30 grams of protein. That's the other thing, is it goes up in protein amount when you don't have any flavoring added, because the flavoring's taking up space for protein. The shake that I make, ended up getting one of those little Ninja blenders. What I do is I take and I add probably about 24 to maybe 30 at the most water in the pitcher. I then add the protein powder. I also add 4 scoops of this. What is it? It's Greek yogurt. It's, again, plain, which means that it has the higher 17 grams of protein in it. But I'm putting it about 1 2/3 servings for what it says on here. Okay, basically I'm using 1/3 of the container. Okay, and there's 5 servings, so it comes out to about, with 100 servings, that's 500 divided by 3. That's 166.6 repeating. So yeah, that's what this is. I'm using about 1/3. And one of the main reasons I'm doing this is because, well, because it's creamy. It helps when you build the shake, it keeps it creamy. Now, when I first started, I was also adding in, I had a lot more calories in my shake. I was adding banana. Banana also causes it to be a lot more creamy versus clumpy. The next thing that I was adding in the shake. Now, I can't really taste. I had a head injury on the last freeze, and I busted my olfactory nerve. So yeah, I can't really taste anything right now, and we're hoping it comes back, but we'll see. Because of that, and one of the things I found is that cauliflower is virtually tasteless anyway, so I don't notice, but when I have other people try the shake, they go, there's a funny aftertaste. So you may not want to try the cauliflower. You can mix something else. This is 80 calories for the whole bag, 80 calories. What I'm doing is I'm thickening up the shake, and I'm putting in some fiber and some other vitamins or whatever this has as far as healthy stuff. That's great, but my thing is I'm just making a filler in the shake so that I'm drinking something, because I am used to just gobbling down food. And I need that belly to feel full, whether it's full of water or full of cauliflower or what, I want to feel full. This helps do that. The next thing I do, again, just cheapo Walmart, great value. $2.24 a bag, a whole bag of strawberries. This is 150 calories. Yes, I know it's $2.24, but yeah, and it's every day. A whole bag of strawberries. It's 50 per serving, 3 servings in the bag. That's 150 calories. All right. I used to go, like I said, and I used to add 2 bananas to the whole thing, and I didn't add blueberries. There's other fruits they have over there, but they do get up a little bit more in calories. Strawberries are the lowest. It's 150. When you start doing bananas, a single banana is 100 calories. When you do the blueberries, this bag is 210 with 3 servings. Okay, it's 70 calories per serving. So you start putting in more calories. So yes, I stick to the lower calorie things because it will add up over the mass production of something, or just throwing them all in there, it all adds up. So yeah, I use a whole bag of the strawberries. I use a whole bag of the cauliflower. That's 80. That's half the calories of the strawberries, and it's a filler. Now, one of the things that I do when I'm trying to, like if somebody wants me to make them a shake, okay, because I can't taste, but they can. So one of the things I do, called Crystal Light, okay? You take one of their little 2-quart bags, not the individual serving ones, okay? This is for a gallon, okay? Don't care. So I will put in probably about 1/4 of this into the blender, okay? It gives it flavor, and it kills off anything of the cauliflower. It really helps reduce it for them. So it's not so bad. It also adds flavor for the yogurt, okay? And it's 0 calories. If you don't like Splenda, I don't know what to tell you. Don't use Kool-Aid, it's sugar, you know, all those good things. So the last thing, and yeah, I'm saving it, because I went through all of the medical boards, this is the one that nobody talks about, and they should, okay? Again, this does not cause you to lose weight. This just kind of really helps you when you're trying to lose weight and exercising, especially for me, on the fact that it's very painful and hard and hurts. What it is it's L-carnitine, okay? L-carnitine. Here, give you that label. L-carnitine, L-tartrate, okay? I'd recommend not getting powder. This thing's lasts like months and months and months. I would recommend, if you want to try this, go for the tablets, okay? Go for the tablets or the capsules. If you're vegan, there's some out there that have the vegan stuff, but it's really kind of hard. I've seen reviews where the capsules break down because it's not the beef gelatin. But if you don't care about that and you're not vegan, I've had people argue with me because they're vegan. The thing is that what this is a chemical in your body that helps or lubricates the process of moving fat to the mitochondria in your cells. What does that mean? Well, what it means is that it's not converting your fat to energy for the mitochondria. The mitochondria is your engine. It's the engine in every cell. If your cell was a car, it would be the engine. That's it, okay? What you're doing is, it's not the gas. It's not the gas, okay? Your fat is the gas. This is a system that helps your body. This is a chemical that helps your body convert the fat into energy that the mitochondria can use to go, okay? It's kind of like how farmers will grow a certain crop because it helps break down the nitrogen so that the plants that they want to grow can more easily absorb it, okay? So if they put like ammonium nitrate down and they need to change it over, they'll put like clover down. That will transfer the nitrogen into a different molecule state that helps them do that. That's what this does. That's basically all it does. It is not going to cause you to lose weight. It's just kind of a lubrication, if you would, for the energy chute of pushing it towards your cells. What does that mean? That means, holy shit, it's like coffee, but it's not caffeine. And it's actually natural. It's actually part of it. And this goes against all you vegans out there. Vegans, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm your best friend right now. I have a vegan friend who, they are hardcore vegan. They sit there and will call companies up to verify that wanted to try this, okay? And the response was, holy shit. I usually hurt a whole bunch after my workout. The next day I'm hurting real bad, and I don't hurt at all. I feel great. I feel fine. And I'm like, yeah, because your body was able to get the energy to do it. The other part about the protein is I'm keeping the muscles happy and keeping them built and recovered with that, and it's going through. Now, you want to use that stuff before you do the exercise. They tell you use it about an hour before. You only need about 1,000 milligrams. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's the builder people, they're like pushing up to 4. They tell you in the studies, don't use more than 4. They tell you that in the studies of weight loss and the rest, they were testing it with 2,000 milligrams. For me, you don't need more than 1,000. That's it. That's all you need, okay? Where does it come naturally? It comes naturally in beef. It's in beef and chicken, and it's in its super tiny amounts anywhere else, okay? You get it from being a carnivore. And if you're not a carnivore and you feel really down and I don't have any energy, why? Because you have the harshest ability to actually transfer energy into your cells. You screwed yourself. The biggest part about being a carnivore is you get that stuff. This bumps you up, gets you right up to the max that your body's able to do. Whether you're low or medium, it doesn't matter if you're eating steak every day. You know, I saw the whole thing about Jordan Peterson, that's his name, and his weight loss thing. He was talking about how he eats nothing but meat because that's what his daughter's on. And I'm sitting there thinking about this, and I'm like, that's probably what's going on with him too, is he's eating a lot of meat, which giving him a lot of this supplement, basically. And it's no different than going out and saying, okay, I want to go buy some ginger root powder. What are you doing? You could just buy ginger in the deli or in the produce aisle, grind it up in a little grinder and eat it. That's the same thing that's in those little capsules that they sell in a jar. It is. That's all it is. Just look for stuff. Yes, I get my stuff from bulk supplements. I'm not bragging them off. It's just what I've been doing. Why? Because, yes, the vegan wanted to try it, and so I made sure to get the vegan stuff. I also didn't do any capsules because the capsules break or whatever, and it's like, look, just scoop it into some water. He puts it into a glass and drinks it. Like I said, can't taste shit. I just throw it in my mouth and don't do that. I had my wife try it. She did the whole wet the finger and touch the granules because it looks like sugar. And by the way, it will absorb water like sugar and salt. So keep it like sealed. And she like put it on her tongue. And the moment she did, she went, and she's like, that is the most bitter thing in the world. It is hydrophilic. So yeah, it's like sugar and it starts to clump. I keep it in one of those, you know, the Pyrex glass jars with the the nice silicone style lid. It helps, and I don't put all of it in there. I usually keep this sealed. This has the resealable. I brought it out just because I'm showing you, but I normally reseal the sealable and put it into a gallon-sized bag just to make sure there's no air getting in. That seems to help. And it seems to stay nice. No smell here, or very little, I should say. He says that after it starts getting a little bit clumpy, that it starts smelling like fish. Apparently that's normal. Okay, it smells like fish. It's actually vegan, but it starts to give off that smell. But it's not horrible. I don't know. Like I said, they're like, oh, it's starting to taste. Everybody wants to bitch. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. The best time to take that stuff is in the morning with your coffee. You get a tablet, just pop it in your mouth with vitamin D or whatever supplement thingy you're doing in the morning, you know, or multivitamin or whatever. Just pop a tab in your mouth, and I'm not kidding you. The first week, your body's going to get used to, it's not used to having access to all that energy. It's not. You are going to be pumped. This is not meth, okay? It's going to fucking feel like it almost, okay? You're going to have a lot more energy. You're going to be up and moving. After a little while, your body's going to acclimate to it. You're just going to get used to having all that energy. You don't need to bump up. Bumping up more, taking more of it, is not going to make you get that feeling again of having more energy. All you've done is it's like riding the bike. You've gotten yourself used to being able to ride the bike for 10 miles. You've gotten yourself used to doing that. So it's not so hard now. It doesn't feel so bad. It doesn't, you know, that's all that's happening, okay? Your body's just acclimated to having that and having more energy available. I'm not kidding you. Every single person that I've seen and talked to about that, they're like, they either know about it, they're like, of course, and that's all in that little area. But then nobody else seems to know about this. There's all these weight loss people and all this everything else. No weight loss diet pills, anything's going to help you, okay? But that is like amazing to me in the idea that it's better than coffee. I'm not kidding. If you're a kid and you sat there and said, you know what, I'm going to start taking these pills instead of drinking coffee every morning, I'll tell you what, it would probably jazz the shit out of you better than those. There is 2 types of this, okay? The L-carnitine tartrate. Yeah, tartrate. This is the slow process type energy of pulling energy from fat and bringing it to your mitochondria. There's another one, it's called acetyl, okay? Acetylcarnitine. And that one is burst energy. If you want to use that and you're working out, you want to use that before your workout if you're pushing yourself hard, if you're weightlifting, if you need a burst of energy while you're doing that. That's what you would use the acetyl for. This is just helping your body get energy to the cells in that process, versus making sure you have a huge boost. It's just saying, okay, let's just make sure everything's running right. So it's kind of like lubricating that process. But yeah, this is getting to 30 minutes. That's how I did it, okay? I could add up the calories for you. Again, I threw out the bananas. I stopped using the bananas and I added the half bag of what's it. I keep myself around 500 to 700 calories on that shake, and I fill that blender up and then I still do more on it. But it's 500 calories, and that's what I did. 45 pounds so far, and I'm going to keep going. We'll see what it looks like in a year. Maybe I'll be getting down close to where I want to be. So yeah, I'll get back there. Take it easy. Later.